Howdy, Fort Bend. William Ferguson coming to you today from my private studio in the Seth in Sugar Land, Texas, and I have a very special guest. You know, I like to do a little fun intro. This gentleman you're going to meet today, first generation American. He's a real deal. Highly educated, first generation, CPA. Everybody needs a CPA right now. And he is running, this is Kenneth Omoruyi, and he is running to be your congressperson for Congressional District 7, which includes a lot of you. And it's not just Sugar Land, it's not just Fort Bend. It goes all the way into Harris County, into Houston, into my old stomping grounds in Alief. I'm a Alief boy. So, Kenneth, welcome to the studio today.
Thank you so much. Howdy.
Hey, howdy. So, I love hearing that. So, Kenneth, my hope today is when we're finished, people will know you a little better. That's all. They may have never heard of Kenneth Omoruyi. I have no idea. They may look at your last name and say, how do I say Omoruyi?
Exactly.
Well, I've helped you with that. So tell us, just from the top, why Kenneth? Like, why you? Why you in Congress?
I tell people like this: America represents the last beacon of hope to billions of people from every corner of the world. This country is the only country where the child of a nobody would become somebody without knowing anybody.
Wow.
That is my definition of the American dream. Kenneth Omoruyi is a first generation American who came into this country in search of the American dream. And today, I can tell you gratefully that I have experienced the American dream. My story typifies what the transformational power of what the American dream can do in the life of an immigrant.
Kenneth, there is so much I bet you could tell us that you've learned being a first generation American, from not just cultural, but you've excelled. Like, you've gone way out of the norm on your education. You have done a fabulous job. I've read enough and followed you enough, and I was so excited to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
And so I believe that everything you just said, you must truly believe, because it's in every word that I've read of you. And so I'm excited about that. But here's the trick question. You ready? So Congressional District 7, I know the incumbent. What do you see, without bringing up incumbents, what do you see as a problem that Congressional District 7 specifically is facing? And what solution or solutions do you have for that problem?
So Texas 7 Congressional District is a district that I live in, and I have traveled the length and breadth of the district.
Sure.
It is a district that cuts across Harris County and Fort Bend County. And statistically, it's about 70% Harris County, 70 to 80% to be more specific, and between 20 to 30% Fort Bend County.
Wow.
This district has one of the highest income inequality gap in Texas. It's a district that houses West University and Sharpstown.
Wow.
So we are running on a platform that seeks to advocate more for fiscal responsibility. We need to control the inflation, because when you go to the grocery store, whether you are a left-leaning individual or you are a Republican, the ordinary man on the street care less. Sometimes they have no idea who is their congressman or the name of their congressman. They just want to be able to live the American dream.
Wow.
So the issues that face the ordinary man on the street are the issues that we are actually advocating for. My background as an accountant and as a CPA helps me and has prepared me enough to be able to advocate for those issues.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's going to sound that way. It seems like a three-ring circus in Washington.
Absolutely.
And so how do you feel, or how do what makes you believe you're going to be able to wrangle in the circus clowns and the chaos that goes on in Washington? How are you going to do it, Kenneth?
And I tell you what, being a trained accountant, I mostly like to dwell on the stats. We have about 435 members of the House, U.S. House, and 100 senators, which is 535 members of the legislative.
Yes.
there are only 4 accountants among them.
Isn't that something?
Only 4 accountants. And then we wonder why there's so much what I call fiscal rascality at the national level. We need more people who understand not just the theory or rhetoric, who understand the practicality of what it means to run a budget.
So you're making me think of something. Now, this is total sarcasm, but it's going to fit. So our nation is facing a $35 trillion deficit right now.
That's correct.
And yet they worry about our credit scores. Are you kidding me? Yeah, so I watch this, and one of my good friends is Troy Nels.
Amazing.
I've known Troy for 20 plus years, and I knew Judge Ted Poe before he went to Congress. And the reason I bring all of that up is what's really changed. We have Pete Olson. Pete Olson was there forever, right? But it's only gotten worse. And I'm not blaming them or either way. I'm just saying I know good people that have been there, and it's really just gotten worse. It's deeper and deeper in debt. And so how can one man, how can Kenneth push that tide back? How can you hold it back?
I can't sit here and tell you, Will, that one person is going to change the entire process or push the entire tide, like you called it. But I believe we can do our bit.
Yeah.
We need more people who actually have the experience. We need more people. The last time the U.S. budget was in balance was over 22 years ago. Let me tell us what that means in practical terms. It means the last time we spent less than what we earn, which is actually a responsible way of living, was over 22 years ago. Wow. That is not sustainable.
Yeah, they're printing money faster than they can spend it. Or it's the way it seems. Yeah, inflation's eating us alive. I would hope that a man with your experience and especially your energy for the opportunity, I would hope that you could do your part. So why 7? You live in Congressional District 7. Why did you choose to live there? Was it just a fluke? Was it intentional? Why 7? Why do you live there?
Well, so I'm blessed to be married to one of the most beautiful people in the world. My wife is a doctor. She works with UT Health.
Wow.
So we live in an environment where we are very close to where she works. And just by the way, I'm the only candidate in this runoff that actually live in the district.
Wow.
So the district is a district. I know my kids, I have a set of triplet. I'm blessed with a set of triplet, all girls. And is a district we are very connected to. We understand the entire environment in the district, and we have lived in the district for a while. But beyond that, I am very, very positive. I'm telling you that this is a district that is the most culturally diverse district in the state of Texas. Yeah. Not just one of the most culturally diverse, the most culturally diverse district. The breakdown of the demographic of the district is such a beautiful experience of how the American system or how the American community works. Harris County and again, Fort Bend County, we have seen a lot of changes over time in the district. It used to be only Harris County until 2021 when it was redistricted.
Yes.
And Fort Bend County, by the way, is the most culturally diverse county in America. So we are very, very, very familiar with the district, and we know we can make an inroad into the demographic of the district.
So I'm going to challenge you, if I may. So I'm in my second term as a city council member here in Sugar Land. I represent 120,000 people that are culturally very diverse. But here's my challenge to you. With all their diversity, and I love it all. I mean, there are some that I just wonder, right? But I love it all. But here's the deal. What I want to focus on in Sugar Land is I want to focus on what unites us to even be here. Like, there is something everyone loves here. And otherwise, they wouldn't all come differently, right?
Sure.
And so I believe that there is something that has caused people to come to Congressional District 7 being so different. And I feel like, and I may be wrong about Congressional District 7, even though I was raised in 7, which is now 7. I elected official in 7. And I just think for Sugar Land, there are 3 things that every single person wants in Sugar Land. I don't care where they're from. There are three things everybody wants. And you're welcome to steal these because it took me a while to figure it out. The first thing is they all want to be safe in whatever they do. Whether they're at worship, whether they're at work, they're out playing with their kids, whatever every single one of us wants to be safe. And Sugar Land is one of the safest cities in the nation, okay? We make sure of that. I'm a police officer myself. We make sure of that. The second thing is they all want opportunities, okay?
Absolutely.
And that's not just occupation opportunities. They just want opportunities. They want more fun. They want more work. They want more worship. They want more of everything, opportunities. And we do a good job of making that happen. And then the third thing everybody wants is they want to be respected.
Absolutely.
No matter what they believe, no matter where they come from, no matter what their religion is, it doesn't matter to William, except for one thing, is that they're respected. And
Sure.
and I say to this people all the time, if you can't respect your neighbors, maybe you need to find somewhere else to live, because in my city, Sugar Land, I'm going to make sure everybody's respected, and that's the way it should be.
Yes.
So find out in Congressional District 7 what makes them want to be there. And maybe you know.
No, it's exactly what you have highlighted.
Okay,
I cannot agree more, and I couldn't have said it better than you
Oh,
did.
good.
Yes, opportunity is one of the very, very common denominator among everyone who moves to Texas 7 Congressional District. And again, remember, Texas Congressional District 7 cuts across Harris County, which of course the larger part is Houston, and Fort Bend County. So the majority of the district, even if it's in Fort Bend, is in Harris County. Yes, Fort Bend County still makes a very significant part of that.
Okay.
It might the stats in terms of safety might be very, very good in
right.
Sugar Land, but in Harris County, not exactly like that.
It's not the same.
It's way different. So
now I don't mind saying this also. We're pretty good looking.
I agree with that. Yes.
No, I'm just kidding around. Hey, so if someone wanted to help Kenneth moving forward, if somebody wanted to get behind you, what do they need to do? How do they get in touch with you? Are you accepting donations? Can they set up a meeting in their community? I wish you would look at our viewers and tell them straight up what you need from them.
Thank you again so much for this opportunity. Kenneth Omoruyi, I'm running for Congress in the Texas 7th Congressional District, and I need your help. Together, we can fight to keep this American dream alive. I am not only a CPA, I'm also a college educator. I've been teaching for the past 7 years in one of the colleges. I love this country so much. America has given me not just some things that I have today, but everything that I have in my life. And I want to be able to give back. I'm running to give back to the country that has given me so much. So go to kennethforcongress.com, our website, to show us some support and donate. Come be a part of us, volunteer. We are currently block walking, phone banking, and reaching out to the community because we have our runoff election coming up on May 20th to 24th, which is early voting, and election day is May 28th. kennethforcongress.com. Thank you so much, and God bless this United States of America.
Wow, look at Kenneth. So I always have to say this. Just because Kenneth is on my show, it doesn't mean that it's an endorsement. However, I got to tell you, I'm liking this guy already.
Thank you so much.
And with that said, Kenneth, like every candidate, needs your help. They need your attention. So I've said this 1,000 times. Money's great. It pays for signs and T-shirts and everything that needs to happen. But your time is invaluable and priceless to every candidate. You know your neighbors better than Kenneth does right now. You know how to reach them. You know how to get to them. You know how to interrupt their lives. Kenneth needs you to do that. So if you want to see a change in your district, my advice is you need to reach out to Kenneth, any of the candidates you support, and you need to show them with your time and your money how you can help them. So Kenneth, I will say this in my exit here. I can name congressional districts around us really, really close where I feel the people have been forgotten. The people have been ignored, their roads, their security, their jobs, their everything, and they keep electing the same terrible representatives. There are no term limits in place. The list goes on, and yet the people continue to elect people that do not have their best interests at heart. And it's evident by looking around. So my hope for you, should the people choose you, I hope you never, ever forget the people, because right now, outside of my city, I'm telling you now, because I look at everything going on in the city. I report roads that are bad. And it all gets done, right? My hope for you is you won't forget the people.
Well, I am part of the people, and that's why
Amen.
it's so important to not just look at the candidate, but also do your research. I just stated I am the only candidate in the runoff that actually live in the district. So any action that I take related to the district, I will bear the consequence of it because I am a part of the district.
Wow.
So we will do everything our best, and we'll ensure that everything we have said, we stand by it.
Well, you're a beautiful guy. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
being on the
much.
podcast.
Yeah.
And I have a good feeling about you.
Thank you so
So
much.
anyhow, as I always say when we exit, howdy for it, Ben, and I'll see you again.
Howdy.